During the week of November 26, 2008, the focus of the world attention centered on Mumbai, the commercial capital and the largest city in India. For 3 days, the world watched in horror as the Islamic terrorist groups carried out a series of brazen attacks on some of the most famous landmarks in the city, including the Taj Mahal Palace and Tower, the Hotel Oberoi, and the Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus station. 170 people were killed and over 300 injured in the attacks. In December 2008, 3 weeks after the attacks, Congress-led United Progressive Alliance central government of Manmohan Singh submitted two new counter-terrorism law to the Parliament, Amendment to the Unlawful Activities Act 1967 and National Investigation Agency Act. These laws are part of growing trend. Governments across the globe enacted anti-terrorism and other extraordinary laws that expanded police powers, surveillance, and scope of preventive detention for suspected terrorists. UAPA has not been the first of its kind counter-terror law. It goes back to the time of pre-independence when British promulgated the Rowlatt Act in 1919. The act allowed certain political cases to be tried without a jury and permitted interment of suspect without trial. Nationalist leaders were extremely critical of Rowlatt Act and launched a peaceful protest against the legislation. The infamous massacre at Jallianwala Bagh, Amritsar, where troops under General Dyer opened a fire at civilians organizing peacefully, occurred at one of these rallies. The act was never actually implemented. The first extraordinary law of post-independence period and the Preventive Detention Act of 1950 was promulgated in backdrop of forcible and violent integration of states into the Union by the India's first Home Minister, Vallabhbhai Patel. Patel deployed PDA against the communist uprising in Telangana district, which started as a peasant uprising in major princely state of Hyderabad. The Preventive Detention Act expired in 1969, only to be replaced by the Maintenance of Internal Security Act 1971. The preventive detention powers of older law were reinstituted under a new name and eventually got stronger in 1975 when Indira Gandhi's government declared a national emergency. MISA is infamous for its excesses during emergency when it was aggressively used against political opponents, trade unions, and civil society groups that challenged the government. Finally, it was replaced in 1977 when Indira Gandhi lost the 1977 Indian general election and Janata Party came to power. Both TADA and POTA are different laws having most of the provisions same. TADA was specifically enacted for Punjab, giving wide powers to official agencies to deal with terrorists, like they can detain any terrorist till 1 year. Confessions made to police officers are admissible in court of law. Secret courts can be set up. Agencies can detain anyone with mere suspicion. The number of the people arrested under the Act has exceeded 76,000 by the 30th of June 1994. 25% of those cases were dropped by the police without any charges being framed. Only 35% of those cases were brought to trial, of which 95% resulted in acquittals. Less than 2% of those arrests were convicted. Whereas POTA had provisions of the same nature, allowing detention till 180 days as far as confessions, secret courts, and detention is concerned. All provisions are the same, but the official agency need to submit evidence regarding the detention. POTA was alleged to have been indiscriminately used to target the political opponents. Only 4 months after its enactment, state law enforcement officers have arrested 250 people nationwide under the Act, and the number was steadily increasing. A mere 8 months later, 7th state, where POTA was in force, had arrested over 940 people, at least 560 of whom were languishing in jail. Both TADA and POTA have been repealed. The UAPA was first passed in 1967 on the recommendation of National Integration Council. After being tabled and withdrawn twice, the law came up in the backdrop of 1962 China and 1965 Pakistan wars. The UAPA was amended in 2004 and 2008 under the United Progressive Alliance regime to incorporate provision from earlier Prevention of Terrorism Act and Terrorist and Disruptive Activities Prevention Act. The 2004 amendment defined Terrorism Act as a crime and granted powers to central government to declare organizations as terrorists and impose a ban against them. After the November 26, 2008 Mumbai terror attacks, the UAPA was amended to become India's main anti-terror law, and the law further amendment in 2012 and more recently in August 2019. The amended UAPA makes a shift from targeting organizations to designating individuals as terrorists.